and to approve entering into an interlocal agreement with the city for same.
Okay, thank you very much. Speaking of AT&T, we have Mr. Mike Walker here from AT&T. If you would come to the podium, Mr. Walker. Mr. Walker is represented with AT&T. They're asking the Board of Supervisors, AT&T, to enter into a resolution of support for AT&T for no texting while driving. This is a campaign that's being proposed by AT&T. They're asking for several municipalities to join into this particular campaign. I was surprised that the number was that high when it states that I think it was 23% of all kids or all accidents involving children involved children while they were texting while driving. So if you would just tell us a little bit about this campaign before I make a motion regarding your campaign for no texting while driving.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Graham and members of the board. This texting while driving campaign is not new to AT&T. We actually started in 2008 to try to bring more awareness to the dangers of texting while driving, and our focus initially was on teenage drivers. We're trying to take it to another level with this campaign that we're doing this year, trying to focus on not only teenagers but all drivers to never text while driving. And the date of the nationwide observation will actually be September the 19th, and we're trying to get resolutions, proclamations from local governments and others to support this campaign to make awareness of all of the dangers of not texting while driving. And some pretty frightening numbers when you look at the number of accidents that are caused, and we're just trying to just bring awareness to the issue.
Okay. Comments from the board?
Mr. President, I would like to see us go a step further, and that is support your request for a resolution, but also this board to develop an ordinance banning texting while driving, and also at a later date present that ordinance to the board for approval.
Okay. And I support that. That's something I think is way overdue. I have, there was a county employee that had a friend killed while texting while driving, dropped the phone, picked the phone up, and had an accident and died as a result. So it's a very serious problem. And that's one ordinance I think that is long overdue. Any other comments from the board? Okay. Brenda, do you have a copy of the resolution?
We do, yes.
Do you want to read just maybe the last few sentences?
Okay.
And then we'll take a vote on it.
It's going to be, therefore be it resolved that on the 20th day of August 2012, the Hinds County Board of Supervisors promotes safe driving across Mississippi and hereby joins AT&T in its effort to educate the general public about the dangers of texting while driving.
Okay, thank you very much. What's the pleasure of the board? It's been moved and properly second. All those in favor of? Aye. Opposed to? Motion passes. Thank you very much, Mr. Walker. Before you leave, Ms. Calhoun has
I move that the Hinds County Board of Supervisors develop an ordinance to ban texting while driving.
Okay. It's been moved. Ms. Martin?
I will ask that the board allow me an opportunity to research that issue. We've had it to come up before, and I understand there's a state statute that prohibits any ordinance or other laws to limit the use of cell phones. And so I can research that, but as it stands now, I don't believe that the county has authority to establish such an ordinance.
Okay, pending your investigation.
Okay.
Your research.
Okay. Pending the research, then I'll second the motion. Any additional comments or questions? All those in favor of? Opposed to? Motion passes. Okay. Britta, would you, I know you don't have anything on it, but what you've written, so we can get that for the record.
Resolve to approve establishing an ordinance for the ban of texting while driving, pending the board attorney's, do you want approval or review?
Research and review.
Research and review. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Walker, we appreciate you being here this morning and presenting it to the board for the campaign. It's a very serious issue. Thank you very much.
Let me ask Mr. Walker, because you're laws for AT&T, and you
I'm not a lobbyist.
Oh, let me say
I've
that.
been accused of that before, but I'm
I
not.
think all AT&T employees should be lobbyists. just like I concur with all Hines County employees being lobbyists for Hines County. But are you aware of such a statute in place?
I'm not aware of the details. I know there's some a law that restricts certain usage of a phone and talking. I think you have to have the thing I'm drawing a blank. You know, you have to have the hands-free is what I'm trying to say. I apologize. You have to have a hands-free device to use the cell phone, but I'm not familiar with all the details of the law and how that works.
Some states prohibit texting while driving, but you can use the phone. In Massachusetts, they do the complete opposite, so it just depends upon the state law.
It depends on the state law. I'm not familiar with that issue. But I would like to applaud Supervisor Graham, President Graham, and the board for taking leadership on this issue. It's a very serious public safety issue, and we're very concerned about the fact that there are too many accidents caused by distracted driving, and texting while driving is one of the main ones that we're working, trying to prevent or trying to minimize those opportunities.
Okay. I also know that another distraction is eating while driving, so we're not going to ban eating on it.
We're not going to touch
Still
that.
allowed to eat. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. We'd like to go to another issue for status on the voting machine. I looked back through the record, and we started, the board initially started